Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to talk about goal setting for guaranteed growth towards, I suppose, any goal that you want to achieve in life. On my 6 Steps to Slim Fat Loss program, one of the things I focus on is principles as well as methods. So we talk about the whys behind the hows, if that makes sense. So today we're going to be talking about growth goal setting, which is a form of goal setting, and growth is going to be an acronym. So maybe you want to pause this, maybe you want to grab a little piece of pen and paper or something like that to make a note. Maybe you've just got an amazing memory, but we're going to be going through G.R.O.W.T.H growth goal setting, each of these letters standing for a reminder on the process. The first letter, the G in growth, it stands for goal, and I know that's obvious, but that's what we're here to do, isn't it? We're here to achieve goals, so you must have some level of specificity, one of the points we're going to be going through, on your actual goal. It's important to set these goals and to set them properly. If you're trying to get somewhere, you're on a journey, whether it's a literal or a metaphorical journey. If it's a literal journey and you got in your car and you just started driving, you just started taking random turns, would you be surprised when you ended up somewhere you didn't expect or didn't want to be? Not really. So imagine if you did that with your relationship, you just started doing random things without paying attention or a plan. Imagine if you did that in your career, just started doing random things without paying attention or a real plan or a structure or an aim or a target or a direction that you're supposed to be going. Yeah, you'll get somewhere, but where is unknown. If you're trying to get somewhere specific, if you're trying to achieve a specific goal, then G, it's important to get this sorted, isn't it? The R in growth goal setting stands for reality. This is how I phrase it, is starting where you're at, because in reality, that's all you can ever really do, isn't it? It is not a good idea to try and start where you think you should be, to leap forward off the start line and expect that to go well. It's not a good idea to start where you think you could be or where you used to be or anything like this. The only thing you can really do in reality is start where you are at right now. So this is about understanding, once you know what your goal is, where are you at right now in reality in relation to that goal? Okay, this is what I want to achieve, but in reality, where am I? Because that's where we're going to have to be starting from. So understanding where you're at now, that's important in perspective, isn't it? O in growth is for options for success. Do you remember again I spoke about principles versus methods at the start of this video? Well, in fat loss, for example, nutrition, one of the things that I teach, this is of vital importance because, well, I was going to say there are many ways to skin a cat, but that just sounds negative on a motivational Monday, doesn't it, ladies and gentlemen? But maybe I'll just say that there are as many paths as there are walkers or seekers. There are many ways to get the same job done. The principle of fat loss, for example, which is just about everybody's goal on my program, is to reduce calories, isn't it? It's to reduce the amount of energy that goes into your body. That's the principle that must be done. You have to intake less energy than your body requires, then your body is forced to suck some out of its reserve energy / petrol tank, if you understand, and then burn that off to make sure you make it through the journey, which is the day. The method of how you reduce the calories, well, I don't really mind how people do that. There are many different ways you can reduce calories. You can take out carbs, you can take out fat, you could burn more, you could eat healthier, we could add more protein, we could add more veg, couldn't we? There are lots of different options. So understanding what your options are for achieving your goal, now that's very important, isn't it? That's a little bit of education. That's why on the 6 Steps to Slim program we have an educational lecture cycle and stuff, teaches people about the options that they've got. Now W is for will or for why. It's for either willpower or the why behind it, and this is also of vital importance. It reminds me of a book called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. Very, very, very important principle is to understand why you're actually doing this. Why do you have that goal? This is your motivation. The word motivation, it comes from the word motive. Motive means the reason behind. Your motivation comes from you understanding why you're actually doing this in the first place. Yes, you want to lose weight, but why? Is it to be healthier, happier? Maybe you want to lose weight to be slimmer, but why do you want to be slimmer? Is it to be healthier? Is it to be happier? Is it to be more confident? What is it? Understanding that, that's going to help you keep moving. That's setting your target, isn't it? That's keeping your eye on the prize. And now T, now we're coming towards the end, T's for tactic. This is basically where you pick your option. So G, we had goal, understand what you want to achieve. R, we had reality, understand where you're at in perspective to that. O, you need to understand your options, so get a little bit of education on what you can do. Then we need to understand why, your will on why we're actually going through this, don't we? Then T, we need to actually pick some tactics. So out of the options that you've assessed, which one are we actually going to go for, and then H, the last one. This is the only way that anything gets achieved long-term in your life, ladies and gentlemen. It's habit. It's about turning that option, it's about turning those tactics, it's about turning those into habits. How do you do that? Well, this is the process that I take people through on my 6 Steps to Slim program. It's a habit change program. It's about breaking it down, like I spoke about on yesterday's video, into small manageable chunks and then starting to move forward. It's about understanding where you are, decide 1 or 2 little options and tactics and changes, just 1 or 2. On my program, we do 90% achievable goals, so all of my fat loss members choose their goals themselves. And I want them to only pick goals that they are 90% or sure, 90% or more sure that they can actually achieve. So if I say, or they say, let's say I say, oh, well, what about doing this? If they go, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. No. I want you to start small. I want you to start in reality with something we can actually achieve. Let's build motivation. Let's build momentum. Let's not set goals we can't achieve and then wonder why we're struggling. Let's set goals we can do, and then once we've done them, we'll move forward again. Let's make it as small and as easy as possible, and we'll check it off as quick and easily as possible, and then we'll start that motivation, momentum moving, won't we? Then we'll start to compound and we'll start to build and move forward. So growth goal setting for guaranteed progress, ladies and gentlemen. Understand your goal, understand where you're at, understand what options you've got, understand why you're doing it, choose one of your options and then break it down into small manageable chunks which are appropriate for where you're at using the previous principles, and then you'll start moving forward 100% guaranteed. If you've got questions about this, please send me a message anytime. I'd love to talk to you. If you like this video or you got anything out of it, please give it a little like. Drop on a comment if you've got any questions or anything like this. If you want help doing this with your fat loss goals or weight loss goals or health management goals or anything along these lines, then please drop me a message, contact me. I'd love to speak to you about that too. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you again soon.